You've probably joked about living on ramen noodles, but Texas State has a program to help students who struggle with hunger.
It's a nice way to help ease the burden of grocery bills.
There's a big change coming to student loans. We'll show you what you need to know.
If you're looking to reach a little higher in your education, there's a class for that.
Sure, going to Bobcat sports events is fun, but did you know it could help you score free stuff?
And if you're ever looking for a quiet place to crack a book, I found one, and it's brand new.
Hi, and welcome to Bobcat Bulletin. I'm Lillian Aquino.
And I'm Kendall Green. From time to time, a lot of us struggle to pay for food.
But there's a program here at the university to help when students need it. Reporter Andrea Moreno unpacks the Texas State Food Pantry.
Students, faculty, and community members are welcome to swing by the Bobcat Bounty, a food pantry here at Texas State, at the Family and Consumer Sciences Building. Grad student in human nutrition Dominique Faro gives us more information on how you can benefit from this opportunity.
The way that this program runs is basically we are an extension of the Hays County Food Bank. So the Hays County Food Bank distributes to facilities or places. We are just happen to be one of those places. So this food is basically for the community of San Marcos, not just Texas State students, which is like, I feel like we don't represent that as much.
Bobcat Bounty uses social media to promote themselves for the community to be aware the pantry is there for everyone, not just students.
I found the Bobcat Pantry through a friend recommending it, and now me and some coworkers have been going like once a week to go. It's been actually really nice. I really didn't expect to find a lot of like the really nice food that we've gotten. I've gotten a whole split chicken, I've gotten like some good produce, and overall it's just very helpful to like help lessen the load of having to pay for groceries. When like I'm a barista, my husband like does some tech stuff, but like it's a nice way to help ease the burden of grocery bills.
So last year, we just opened up 3 cupboards. So these cupboards are, they're located in FCS, the lobby, right next to the vending machines, in Jowers, in the student lounge, in cabinets, and then also in the education building on the 3rd floor.
Participants can scan the QR code to fill out the survey if they want to grab items from the cupboard. Participants coming to the pantry also need to fill out a survey and an agreement form.
So the participant survey was designed by the very first, the founders of Bobcat Bounty with the Hays County Food Bank. So a big chunk of the questions that a participant does on that survey is from the Hays County Food Bank. Information, because we are basically an extension. So it's like if you guys were to be going to them.
The pantry is open from 5 to 6:30 p.m. every Thursday in room 187 at the FCS building. This is Andrea Moreno reporting back to the studio.
Because of the pandemic, student loan interest and payments have been on hold for the last 3 years. That ends next week. The Department of Education reports that loans started running up interest again on the 1st of September. Loan repayments start this Sunday, October 1st. They won't all start at once, but people who have loans and who already graduated, they'll get a notification from their loan companies with a new repayment schedule. Notices should go out 3 weeks before the first payment is due. We're halfway through Hispanic Heritage Month, which runs from September 15th to October 15th. The Texas State also celebrated National HSI Week last month. According to the University Star, Latinos make up just over 40% of our students. That earns Texas State a special designation from the federal government, Hispanic Serving Institution. HSI Week featured student meetups on the San Marcos and Round Rock campuses and a community day in the LBJSC ballroom.
If you're stuck on how to get your career off the ground, you might want to pursue a drone pilot's license. As reporter Gus Lopez shows us, you can learn what you need to know right here on campus.
Hey Bobcats, ever thought about becoming a pilot when not flying a plane? If so, let me introduce you to this innovative course taught by a very skillful professor. Let's take a look.
This current drone class is actually the 4th different type of drone class I've taught here at Texas State. We started with a drones and sensors class that was before we could fly on campus, and it was actually we couldn't fly on campus. A edict came down from the then president right like a week before the class was starting, and since then the university has much better rules in terms of flying on campus and things like that. So I've taught a couple of different versions of it, and it's all kind of led up to this current drone storytelling class. So I divided up into 3 sections. The first section is regarding Part 107, which is the FAA's rules and regulations around drones and commercial drone use. The second third is a storytelling portion of the class. So we're going to be talking about all the settings and the movements and things like that in terms of getting the best types of drone shots. And then the third part of the class is a photogrammetry part, which is a 3D modeling kind of additional task or additional skill you can have while using a drone.
I thought it was going to be fun, something to do. But like after like the lessons that we've learned, I think I actually want to take the Part 107 test and possibly do this as like freelance work if I'm in between stuff after graduation.
There's so many uses of drones that we don't tend to immediately think of, that their jobs, there are people who are needed to be the pilots for those operations. And I hope to kind of help students understand that there's more to drones than just videography and photography.
We had multiple reporters working on stories about Bobcat athletics this week.
One of those is Audrey Pasillas, and she joins us now with a look at sports.
Thank you, Lelaine. No surprise, a bunch of us are watching our sports teams a little closer, with the football team doing so well this year. Bobcat football started conference play last weekend with a road trip to southern Mississippi. It started off being another barn burner. Texas State scored 4 touchdowns in just the first quarter, and it was 42-10 at halftime. The Southern Miss Eagles tried to come back. They outscored Texas State in the third and fourth quarters, but the lead was too big. The Bobcats won 50-36. Back here on campus, sports marketing is totally getting into the game. We have team coverage on this. I found out about a program that lets us earn free stuff by going to games. But we start with reporter Grady Elbell on marketing by the University Athletics Department.
Texas State Athletics Marketing Department is appealing to many fans this season in a big way, and current Bobcat Dylan Lemus couldn't agree more.
I would say it's like as much excitement as I've seen here in my 3 semesters.
The confidence from the organization, coaches, and players have rubbed off on more than just the fans. Brandon Navarez is the lead marketing assistant for Texas State Athletics, and he too sees a bright future for his team.
We do all the behind-the-scenes stuff, physical and behind-the-scenes stuff at games, and then on campus we also do quad days, which we go to the quad and we basically go and promote the games and try to get students to come each game. We're like, depending if it's a big game, which week, let's say, since it's this week, we're going to go quad day to promote the volleyball and soccer games that are this week.
But the big question is, what can they do to make fans more up for attending those mid-major games during the heart of the season?
I think if they were to have some more promotions, like stuff like when you go in the gate, the certain amount of fans get T-shirts or something like that, for example. I think everyone loves stuff like that.
The message from Navarez is clear. To bring on the fans, you must first bring in the fans.
We're just trying to make sure every person leaves with a great experience here at Texas State. No matter if we win or lose, we want to make sure every fan's like, wow, I want to come back to a game next time because they love the experience that they had here.
From Strahan Arena, I'm Grady Elbell, throwing it over to Audrey Pasillas.
Hello everyone, I'm Audrey Pasillas reporting for the Bobcat Bulletin. Are you a student at Texas State? Have you attended a Texas State home athletic game? Have you heard of Bobcat Bonus? Well, I'm here outside of Strahan Arena, where I will be giving you the inside scoop. Upon arrival at any facility, whether it be Strahan Arena, Bobcat Ballpark, or Bobcat Softball Stadium, all Texas State students can scan their Texas State ID to get into the game for free.
Bobcat Bonus Student Rewards is a program implemented for students to encourage them to keep attending Texas State sporting events. They were rewarded for the amount of times they attend a Texas State sporting event. We have bigger prizes up to meet with the coaches, in-game experience. We can bring you out to the field, court, and do different activities with you.
I interviewed a Texas State student right as they were entering Strahan Arena.
Yes, I've been to all the football games and I've checked out some volleyball games and also some soccer games.
I then asked her if she knew about the student reward program, and this is her response.
No, I didn't.
Bobcat Bonus is for everyone. the more you use it, the more you can earn. I think students just need to know about that, and I'm glad you're spreading this message about Bobcat Bonus.
Head to Google and search Bobcat Bonus Student Rewards. Click on the first link, scroll down, and log in with your StudentNet ID and password to keep track of your points.
I only have 20 points this semester, meaning I have to step up my game and head to a home game. Luckily, when viewing your rewards, if you scroll down further, it'll have the future events for every home game for any sport.
Audrey, that's a cool program, letting students earn points when they go to games.
Yeah, I'd totally take advantage of that.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. And as you saw, it might drive up attendance for these Texas State home games as well. Well, that's it for sports, everyone.
Thanks, Audrey.
Thanks, Audrey. Lots of folks have been moving to Texas over the last decade or so. From 2010 to 2020, Como County's population jumped from about 100,000 to over 150,000, according to the state comptroller. That means new houses, apartments, grocery stores, and libraries. I stopped by the newest New Braunfels Library in its grand opening last month.
Hey guys, this is Lilina Kino here at the New Braunfels Public Library, where I'll be interviewing Angie Albright about the newly opened library. Let's go take a look. New Braunfels West Side Branch Library had its grand opening this month. The almost 9,000 feet square building includes a vast collection of adults, young adults, children's books, along with some study rooms, computer spaces, and sitting areas for visitors to use. At the front desk, I met Senior Library Assistant Angie Albright, who was happy to share more information regarding the newly built library.
Yeah, my name is Angie Albright. I'm a Library Assistant 3, which is a fancy way of saying I'm kind of like one of the lead library assistants at the library here and at the New Braunfels main branch too. It's been pretty busy. Definitely seeing new faces or maybe on new cards for people who never had a library card in this area because they never wanted to go all the way over to the main library. So with this new branch, it's been welcoming lots of new people. That's been great.
It is the city's second library location, which Albright tells us how it has benefited the community.
You know, some people around here, they don't even have proper transportation to get all the way to the main library. They walk over here. And so they were missing out on a lot of opportunities and a lot of things that were going on at the main library, and we wanted to give this side of town the same experience. In October, we'll be starting all of our regular programs. Pretty much everything that the main library has, we'll be having over here. So we'll be having story times, book clubs, and DIY classes and stuff. And so we're really looking forward to that. We can't wait to bring all that over here because, like I said, you know, this side of the town could never, you know, have that opportunity, and now they can.
The library has many unique features and designs, like the beautiful mural paintings and cool teen room.
I really like the teen room, I think. I just think it's great to have. I think about myself when I was a teenager at my old library. They definitely did not have anything like that. And I think it's really cool that teens have their own space to go sit, and then they're even gonna bring games in there, like video games. So it's just really nice that they actually get to have their own little space to hang out. So that's my favorite spot.
The library is open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Mondays to Thursdays, 6 p.m. on Fridays, and Saturdays at 5 p.m. They are closed on Sundays. This is Lilina Kino at the West Side Branch Library. Back to the studio.
That's a pretty library, Lilane. Thanks for sharing. Hey, I'm curious. What's your favorite song?
Oh, it's Maria by Huasa.
That's a good one. Do you ever listen to it and wonder how everything comes together so seamlessly?
Now that you mention it, sometimes I do.
Well, we're gonna show you how.
We asked some fellow San Martians what their go-to spot is on the square.
Axis, because they have the $5 pitchers.
Did yours make the cut?
Happy hour is my favorite hour. I got my drink. Where's yours?
First, they said cigarettes were safe. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact. More than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
When you think music producer, you probably think of a big studio in some place like Nashville.
But reporter Danny Schaefer found a music studio that's a little closer to home.
My name is Logan Krupovaj, and I'm an audio engineer. I moved here first in 2019, was here for a year, moved back home to Dallas for audio tech school, and got a degree in audio engineering, and then moved back to Austin in August of 2022. Makes it easy to like have a studio in the house, so that I just have like a little front room that I use for like tracking and mixing, and then I have a garage for tracking drums and vocals and stuff like that. Usually I'll bring a band in and kind of like get their vision. You know, I usually try to set it up in a way that makes them feel comfortable. So like if they want to all be in the same room tracking at the same time, then that's how I'll do that. Like I recorded a band, a brief memoir, and like I set them all up in the garage, and they were all that way they could look at each other and like really feel it. But I just put mics on everything, and then it runs straight into these interfaces that put it directly in Pro Tools, and then I mix all that together, and then bounce it out and send it to them.
My name is Ethan Grupke. I met Logan a few years ago through mutual friends, and I've played in a couple bands that Logan has recorded, mixed, and mastered. I think he does it really well and really professionally, and it's a fun experience.
I think recording is working, but like I think it's like just a really fun thing to do, and especially when you're like in someone's house, you just kind of feel more at home and more comfortable, and you can like kick your shoes off and just kind of vibe. I'm Logan Krupovaj, and I own Arbor Audio.
I don't know about you, but for me, a night out doesn't feel right without grabbing a bite to eat. Reporter Victoria Parm and I made a reservation at Balcon last week. It's a new Mexican restaurant here in town.
Balcon opened doors around 3 months ago, and they haven't been able to keep them closed since. I visited the restaurant and asked the staff how the response has been since the grand opening. Supervisor Vanessa Espino gives us some insight as to what makes Balcon stand apart from other Mexican restaurants in San Marcos.
We don't bring Tex-Mex like how people are normally used to it here. We're more of an Ensenada, Baja California style, and it's definitely something new, but everybody who's tried it has loved it so far, and I just hope that we can build off of that and more people will come in and enjoy our food.
Customers are not only drawn in by their unique menu, they also have a $5 happy hour that just can't be beat. General Manager Paola Ambrice says they have made a few changes to the menu with some different food items and new prices based on what they've learned from customers. She also let me in on some future plans for Balcon.
So I have a little bit of an insight of what the owner is planning to do. He is planning to scale and expand under the Austin location, which is Macoco. So he's looking to kind of scale the company in the hospitality group, and what might just be the one-off concept that he's going to keep. So that makes it pretty cool because everything else is going to be almost like a franchise of what's in Austin.
Balcon's happy hour is from 4:30 to 6 every Tuesday through Friday, perfect for college students that want to have an upscale dining experience without breaking the bank. For Bobcat Bulletin, I'm Victoria Parham.
Balcon looks really good, but I have a couple of other favorite spots, especially on the square.
Yeah, me too. I think reporters Matt Skura and Michael Frege were looking for inspiration. They asked students about their favorite spots.
The Square is one of the most popular spots in the city of San Marcos. Here, we have Matt Skura and Michael Frug talking with students on their most favorite spots to go to on the Square and why.
My go-to spot on the Square is probably Shades because
I don't know, I really like outdoor seating, like patio. A nice patio is something I look forward to, or for in a place to like hang out. I don't know, it's chill, has some like little games. I don't know, I just like outdoor settings, so I like shades.
I would say Wildfire. In the square would be Wildfire, just because it's just the music's better, I think, my opinion, and then also I feel like my friends and I, we have more of a greater time just because of the lighting, the aesthetic of the, just everybody's kind of like in that moment together, so I don't know, I like it.
My go-to spot on the square for special occasions specifically, because they are a little bit pricier for a college student, is Root Cellar. Root Cellar is super good. I love it so much. They have like little, I think last time I did mimosas, but I always get lunch there. The lunch there is what I really like.
So my favorite spot to go out drinking on the square is Axis, because they have the $5 pitchers, and then also they have karaoke, which I like to do when I'm pretty drunk.
It's called Daughter of the Wild, and it's a plant shop, and everything in there is like really pretty, and it's just a nice place to just go in really quickly, look at the plants, and just walk out.
That's all for this week.
Thanks for joining us for this first fall edition of Bobcat Bulletin. We'll see you next week with more news from Texas State and beyond.